All right, so today we're talking about metal fabrication. We're going a little old school on this particular project if you're working from home. This is kind of like a forged in fire type thing, although not quite, but we're going to shape this metal using nothing but the solid block of my work table and bench, this angle iron to help hold it, and I got two different types of hammers. I got this 32-ounce ball peen hammer if I need, and I got this 32-ounce sledge, which are the two different types of hammers that I can use to shape this. Now I've already laid this out and got my scribe lines for my hem line. So the first thing that I'm going to do is create my hem. And I'm going to bend this over at 90 degrees, and I'm going to take it out of my setup here so I can create the hem. So now, to shape this metal, as I go, you can't just start banging. You kind of have to manipulate, and you'll start to bend and work your way down. So I'm just going to kind of come right in here, slowly get that started, and then notice I'm kind of working this all the way down to kind of bend that over. Now this is kind of some old blacksmith, the blacksmiths back in the 1800s. Of course, they'd have their vices and all sorts of other tools. So now once I got that, then I can come back up. So I've got my bend start. I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to further bend that in. So I get a nice 90-degree bend. There I go. I got that nice 90-degree bend where I'm just using the table and that angle of my nice solid wood workbench here. So we'll get this off of here. Now, of course, if we were in the metal shop using the pan brake, this is a lot easier with the pan brake, but sometimes if we don't have access to it, we have to think of ulterior ways to do it. So you'll see now that I got this 90-degree bend. Now I want to point out, when we are manipulating metal like this, we are subjecting the metal to different types of stresses. So we are actually compressing the metal on the inside when we bend this here. So that curve is being compressed, and of course we are pulling this part, and the metal is being and undergoing tension as it's pulled apart on this side. So we have those type of stresses that we're putting into the metal, and that's all right. It still works, but we do have to kind of take into account those allowances when we bend metal for that purpose. So now I can go through. Now I'm ready to start. You'll see that there is a radius in that. Of course, that radius matches the little radius that's on here. Nothing that you can do about it. That's one of the things about shaping. When you form metal, it's going to basically take the same shape of whatever you're putting on. So you can see here how I've already done the hem on this side. So now I'm going to work this the same way. And I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to just kind of slowly start to manipulate and move that metal over to get that the way I need it to be. Kind of working that all the way down, a little bit at a time. So this is the one thing that you don't really rush with, so you got to take your time to make sure that that's nice and going the direction that you want it to. Now, one of the nice things about the pan brake is you don't have to worry about repetitive stress injuries like carpal tunnel. I'm already starting to feel that in my forearm because I don't do this all the time. But if you do something like this all the time, you're really going to develop some pretty massive forearms, what I call Popeye arms. So, all right, so now I got a pretty good bend here. Now I can really start to hammer this home. go. My hem taken care of, nice bend. Now I'm gonna go back over. I'll do the same thing on my fold line here so I can bend that over, and I'll start to get my tray. And that's how I just use nothing but a sledgehammer, piece of angle iron, and my workbench so I can manipulate and do some metal fabrication. Old school hand tools style. Thanks for watching.